Hare Krishna. So I welcome everyone today's Bhagavatam class. So we start our class by chanting Mangalacharam. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chokshun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovishtang Stapitam Jana Bhutale Shayang Rupam Kadamacham Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Shakrajatan Sahagana Raghunatham Nitam Tam Sajivam Shadvaitam Shabadhutam Parijana Shahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitamscha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Shaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunnavadi Paschatya Deshotarine हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रा सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So we know that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So the supreme personality of Godhead had six opulences. That means the person who possesses these six opulences in full is known as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And Krishna's different expansions are also the Supreme because they have these six qualities in full. So, one of the qualities is Krishna's beauty. The Krishna, our Lord, is the most beautiful within this creation. No one can be more beautiful than Krishna. Then he become God. So, from the pages of Bhagavatam, third canto, we'll discuss how Lord's beauty is. And Lord is how much Lord is beautiful. So, today in our discussion, we'll discuss how Lord's beauty is magnified by different devotees, by great personalities, uh, the demigods, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. Everyone appreciates Lord's beauty. Lord's beauty is not like us; it's not mortal, but it is eternal. Lord's beauty is not imaginary, it is factual. How it is established, we will see today's class. And then we will describe Lord's beauty from toe to the head. Different limbs of the beauty of the Lord is compared with the most beautiful objects within this material world. Though Lord's beauty is transcendental, cannot be compared with anything within this material world, but for our appreciation, the Vaishnava devotees has compared Lord's limbs with different most beautiful objects within this creation, within this material world, so that we can appreciate Lord's beauty. And then we will learn some lessons why Lord's beauty is so important for us, the devotees. So we'll start our class from the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd, Chapter 15, verse number 42. अत्रोपसृष्टमिति चोस्मितमिन्दिरायया शयनं धिया विरचितं बहुषष्ठपाठ्यं मज्जं भवस्व भवतां च भजन्तम् अङ्गं नेमुन्निरीक्ष्य Nobi tripta drisha mudakoi. So this verse is told by the Kumaras, the four Kumaras, Shanak, Shanatan, Shananda, Sanat Kumar. So they went to visit the Lord Vishnu in the Vaikuntha. When they went to visit Lord Vishnu in the Vaikuntha, the gatekeepers of the Vaikuntha stopped them, Jai Vijay. And there is some tussle between Jai Vijay and the Kumaras. By hearing those tussles, Lord Vishnu, comes to the scene, comes to the doorstep. By seeing the Lord's beauty, you know, the Kumaras chanted this verse. What this verse told? That when we discuss about the Lord's beauty, the Lord's beauty subdue even the beauty of goddess of fortune. That means beauty of goddess of fortune is not comparable with the Lord's beauty. The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, is considered the most beautiful within this creation. But Lord's beauty is overpassed the beauty of goddess of fortune. And the devotees of the Lord, with their intelligence, uh, they magnify the beauty of the Lord. So Kumara is saying that me, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, all worship this beautiful form of the Lord. And enchanted by the beauty of the Lord, they bow down their head to the lotus feet of the Lord with their eyes unsatiated, and they joyfully, you know, worship this beautiful form of the Lord. So the four Kumaras, they are great personalities. They are not like us. The great personalities, they are most knowledgeable sons of Brahma. So Brahma told them to create progeny. So they told that no, we can't go into this progeny, in creation. We'll become captivated. So they remain like a small boy. They didn't grow up themselves. So this Kumaras, explains, the beauty of the Lord. So Kumaras were initially impersonalists, but seeing the beauty of the Lord, they become personalist because they appreciate Lord's beauty, and Lord's beauty is magnified by the devotees. The devotees behold the Lord's beauty in their heart. So, like a magnifying lens, the eyes of the devotees magnify, glorify Lord's beauty. Not only devotees of the Lord, but all great personalities also become captivated by the Lord's beauty. So, Yudhishthira Maharaja arranges the Rajashriya Yajna. Yudhishthira Maharaj arranges the Rajashriya Yajna. In that Rajashriya Yajna, all the demigods, its personalities like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they come to take their share of the sacrifice, and Lord Krishna is also present in that sacrifice. So in that sacrifice, the demigods are discussing between themselves. Yad dharma shunarvata rajashuo niriksha drik shashvatayanam triloka katsnena chatteha gatam vidhatur arvak shrutau kaushalam iti amanyata. So in that Rajashriya Yajna, the demigods, by observing Lord's beautiful form, they come to the conclusion that Lord's beauty is the most beautiful, the most enchanting within this three world. The demigods are created by Lord Brahma, so they have an idea that everything is created by Lord Brahma. So they mistook Lord's beauty to be the creation of Brahma. But Brahma is created from the Lord. So whatever they discuss among themselves that the creator, Lord Brahma, has put his all efficiency in creating this form of the Lord. Though they had this misconception, still by seeing Lord's form, you know, they could not stop appreciating. The demigods are beautiful because all the denizens of heavens, they are beautiful than us, more beautiful than us, and they are appreciating Lord's beauty. So you can understand how much will be the Lord beauty, because the denizens of heaven are beautiful. They are urvashi upstairs. They can, break the vows of the great rishis. They are so beautiful. Only the tinkling of the ankle bell, their ankle bell can, broke the meditation of the great munis and rishis. So they are appreciating the Lord's bodily feature. So Uddhava, when discussing with Vidura, Uddhava was remembering the exquisite beauty of the Lord. By the following verse, Uddhava described to the Vidura about his remembrance, about Lord's beauty. यन्मर्तया लीलौपैकं सयोगा मया बलं दर्शयता गृहीतं विस्मापनं स्व च सौभागर्धे परम padam bhushana bhushanangam. Uddhava is remembering that Lord has appeared in this Martaloka, in this material world. Why it is called Martaloka? Because everyone in this world will die one day. They have a particular time period they will stay, and this material world also become annihilated after certain time. So Lord appears in the human like form. Why Lord appears in the human like form? To perform some enchanting pastime. So Lord's own internal potency, by his own internal potency, Lord appeared like human like form, which is most suitable for performance of this enchanting pastime of the Lord, which not only captivates the hearts of great personalities like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, Varuna, Chandra. It also captivates the hearts of the incarnations of the Lord also, like Narayan becomes, captivated, become astonished, become amazed by seeing Lord's Grihastha like performance, the Grihastha like pastimes and pastimes of Rasa Leela. Even, you know, they become very much amazed. Even Lord himself become amazed by seeing his eternal form. Once Lord Krishna was seeing himself in the reflection in the marble of his palace. And by seeing that beauty, Krishna exclaimed, "Who is this beautiful boy?" So not only demigods, great personalities, Lord incarnations, even Lord himself become captivated by his beauty, which is eternal, which never dwindles. Our beauty in this material world dwindles with time. We become old, and one day we have to die. The most beautiful person in this world will become the most ghastly person in future. So it is a matter of great astonishment. Padam padam bhushanam bhushanangam. Lord's whole body is decorated with the ornaments. It is not that the ornaments increases the beauty of the Lord. Absolutely not. Rather, the ornaments' beauty increases by Lord's body, by Lord's transcendental body, when they decorate the Lord's body. So Lord Krishna is therefore known as the ornament of the ornaments. That means ornaments' beauty increases many folds when they decorate the transcendental body of Krishna. Param padam bhushana bhushanangam. So especially the Lord's Makara Kundala, the alligator shaped earrings that constantly kisses Lord's moon-like cheeks when Lord's run in the lanes of Brajabhumi or Brindavan. So this Makara Kundal is glorified the most. So Uddhava is remembering how Lord is the ornament of all the ornaments. And this beauty of the Lord is not mortal, it is eternal. And Lord's form is not imaginary. No one can imagine Lord's form, but Lord's form is eternal. It is factual. Factual means it has a real existence. Who are confirming? The great yogis. So in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 3.15.45, it is said that Umsham goti mrigayatamiha jogo marge dyanaspadam bahumatam nayana Unshnam bopu darshayanam ananya siddhai utpattikoi samagrinam jutam ashtabhogai. So the yogis who meditate on the form of the Lord, they are giving their opinion. The great Ashtanga yogis who meditate on the form of the Lord. Actually, form of the Lord is the object of meditation for all the yogis. Hmm. And this form of the Lord gives immense pleasure to the yogis, the great yogis who meditate the Lord within their heart. And this form of the Lord is not imaginary. This is factual, and this is Nayanavidam. It's pleasing to the eyes. Lord is full of eight opulences, and no one can have these opulences like Lord. Pumsham gotin mriga tamiha yoga marge. The persons who are in the yoga marga, who is after the path of yoga, they perform dhyana. They perform dhyan meditation on the form of the Lord. So this Lord's form is not any imagination of any person. As it is factual, it is real. That's why it is giving pleasure to the heart. If it is imaginable, if it is imaginary, then it will not give pleasure to the hearts of so many yogis. They have left their home, they went into the forest alone, they meditate upon this eternal form of the Lord, and they get immense pleasure. So this is not imaginary. So we found that how Lord's form is appreciated by different personalities. Now we'll discuss about the Lord's overall bodily feature. So at a first glance, suppose Lord appears in front of us. How Lord's will look? The Lord's first appearance. So in the different verses of Srimad Bhagavatam in third canto, the different explanation has been given of the Lord's body. Like Lord's bodily luster. Lord's bodily luster has been compared with the Kodal mountains, the mountains which is made of Kodal. Kodal itself is so beautiful, right now? And suppose a mountain of Kodal is there. So how much beautiful it will be. The Lord's bodily luster has been compared with the Kodal mountains. His yellow garments is compared with the evening sky. When the evening sky, the sun is going to set, the reflection of the sun falls on the sky, and the sky takes the color of a golden yellow, which resembles the yellow dress of the Lord. We can see in this picture. Lord's helmet. Lord's helmet is compared with the summit of the golden mountain. And the mountain itself is beautiful, a gold mountain. Imagine how much beautiful it can be. And the summit of the golden mountain, the peak of the golden mountain is the most beautiful. And Lord's this helmet is compared with that. And Lord's ornaments is compared with a waterfall and herbs within that golden mountains. Lord's body is self-illuminated and full of variegatedness. It is not that Lord's body is dull. It is self-effulgence like a sun. And is full of variegatedness. One who meditate on different parts of the body, different limbs of the body, he will get different variety. He can compare Lord's different limbs with different objects because Lord's body is full of variegatedness. Lord's body is decorated. Lord's body is decorated with valuable jewels and pearls. With valuable jewels, it's not ordinary jewels. Pearls of necklace, crown, pairs of armlet, bracelet, anklets, and Lord's bodily complexion is blackish. It's called Naboghono Sham. You know, the cloud which is full of water, and the color of that cloud is Krishna's bodily color. Mm. His look is most charming. The appearance of the Lord is most charming. That attracts the heart of the different yogis, different devotees, both personalist and impersonalist. Someone who saw like different personalities like Kumaras. Now they were impersonalists, but when they found Lord's body so beautiful, they become the devotees of the Lord. Dhruva Maharaj, he started meditating on the Paramatma feature of the Lord. But when Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him, he forgets everything he desires. He explained that I was searching for some broken glasses, but it is the full of jewels, full of diamond. Like what can be compared, I don't know. So Lord's look is most charming. Appearance is charming and gives serene to the devotees. It gladdens the eyes and the soul of the devotees who behold them. So when we go to the temple, we see the archer vigra of the Lord. Now our heart become captivated, our eyes become fixed on the bodily feature of the Lord. Though the archer vigraha has been decorated by the human beings, the devotees, with love and devotion. Hmm. That's why it makes our heart enchanted. So suppose if Lord Himself personally appears in front of us, though Archavigra is a personal form of the Lord, but still for our understanding that Archa Vigraha is decorated by the devotees with love and devotion. So that looks so beautiful. And when Krishna will appear in his blackish form with full ornaments, how it will be look like? It is effulgent like sun. Hmm. Krishna Surya Sama Mayahaya Andokar. Krishna is like a sun, self-effulging. So that effulgence of the Krishna's bodily luster is the source of meditation of the impersonalist. So see, the effulgence is the source of meditation for impersonalist. So how will be the person from whose body this effulgence is coming? Now Lord's feet and toenails. Lord's feet are the shelter for the devotees, which gives all benedictions. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Sushitala. Lotus feet gives the coolness to the devotees. The aroma of the tulsi leaves that comes from the lotus feet of the Lord, that causes change in the body and the mind. Like the sages, the four Kumaras went to the Vaikuntha, and when Krishna comes in front of them, the aroma of the tulsi leaves comes to the nose of the Kumaras and they inhales that aroma and their heart suddenly changes. They become bhaktas. They start glorifying Lord's beauty and devotional service. Lord's toenail is compared with full moon. Lord's whole body is compared with full moon and lotuses. Blue lotus. Blue lotus is the most beautiful. And full moon is most beautiful. And Lord's body is compared. Lord's body has 24 and half full moons in the Lord's body. Now the toenails are the full moons. Fingernails are the full moons. Lord's lotus face, two cheeks are full moons. Sandalwood paste on the Lord's forehead is full moon. And the forehead is half moon. The moon, why it is compared with the moon? Because the moonlight gives coolness to our heart. After the scorching heat of the sun, the vegetation grows with the soothing, cooling effulgence of the moon. The rasa within the vegetables is due to this moonlight. So, Lord's form, when it is captivated within the hearts of the devotees, it soothes, it pacifies, it cools. the devotee's mind and give peacefulness to the devotee's heart. Devotee's mind become peaceful because outside the world there is so much heated, you know, so much heat of Maya, like scorching sun. And Krishna's bodily features, gave cool and calmness to devotee's mind. And why lotus generally born in the mud. But the great feature of the lotus is that it never touches the mud. The lotus remains beautiful in spite of lotus has originated from the mud. So beautiful. And the Goloka Vrindavana is also a lotus like. As lotus does not touch the mud, the Golok Vrindavana does not touch the material qualities. Like when Lord comes to this material world, is the human like form. Lord is like lotus, blue lotus. So Lord also does not touch the material qualities, or material qualities does not contaminate the Lord's feature. Lord's nails of his lotus feet, which resembles the rubies. Rubies are the most valuable jewels. Lord's, Lord's hips and waist are covered with yellow cloth like Kadamba flower encircled by well decorated belt. His loins are covered by shining cloth, yellowish like the filaments of the lotus, and his loins and hips are encircled by a girdle. And Lord's dress is made up of silk. Made up of silk. This is Lord's hips and waist. Lord chest is decorated with the markings and a necklace of unlimited value. There are markings on the Lord chest. The marking is Srivatsa marking, which is a tuft of curly hair. Lord chest is the sitting place for the goddess of fortune. Lords wear the garlands made up of lotus flower and different varieties of beautiful flowers. And the humming bees, the bees perform humming all around this garland to drink the nectar from the Lord's body. Normally, the bees, extract the honey from the flower, and the bees search for those flower which produces the most nectareous honey. And the most nectareous honey is Lord's bodily nectar. So honeybees do hummings in front of around Lord's body. Lord's wear around his neck a garland of attractive sylvan flowers. Lord chest is broad, is the resting place for goddess of fortune. Lord arms, wrists and neck. Lord's arm always hold a lotus flower, which gives assurance to the devotees that I am always there to protect you. Lord's palm is also a lotus, is also compared with lotus because it always giving benediction to his devotees. Lord's one hand is on the shoulder of Garuda. Garuda is the carrier of the Lord. And Lord wrists were graced with bracelets, and the neck is adorned with a gem known as Kaustava. In the Vaikuntha planet, all the Vaikuntha Vasis looks like the Lord Vishnu. But there is a difference of these two things. One is Kaustava jewel, one is Srivatsa marking. Srivatsa marking remains only on the chest of Vishnu, and this Kaustava money only suspends from the neck of Vishnu. No one else possesses these two things. Even they looks like Vishnu. They have four hands like Vishnu. Lord's beautiful face, which appeared to the sages like the inside of the bull lotus. And the personality of Godhead is cheerful and lotus-like countenance. Lord's ears is curly, which touches the cheeks and the necks of the Lord. Lord always smiling. Lord's lips are like bimba fruits, and Lord always smiles. There is a significance of this Lord smiles. By smiling, Lord acknowledged the service of the devotees. and it vanquished the distress of the devotees. Lord smile is affectionate and it touched the core of the heart of the devotees. And Lord smile appeared to the sages to be the blossoming jasmine flower. Blossoming jasmine flower is so beautiful. So Lord smile, by Lord smile, devotees become enchanted. When Narad Muni one day visited in the Lord's home and found Lord is meditating, the Narad Muni became very inquisitive. He asked the Lord, "Oh Lord, whom you are meditating? We know that all the devotees meditate upon you." And Lord replied that I am meditating on my devotees, on my devotees who unmotivatedly, my devotees without interruption is serving me. So I'm meditating on them, and the Lord was smiling. And the smile is the acknowledgement of that service. Mm. So the next Lord lips is a reflection of his face dazzled with rays from the lips. That means Lord's lips, increases the dazzling beauty of the Lord's face. Also Lord's nose, which is very prominent. Lords wear earrings, which is alligator shaped earrings, Makara Kundala. Lord's eye is compared with lotus, it lotus eyed. And with that lotus eyed, Lord gives an affectionate glance to the devotees. That glance that touches the core of the heart of the devotees. Lord's eyebrows are always dancing. It is told that Lord has dancing eyebrows and Lord's head is covered with a gem-studded crown. So it is the feature of the Lord's beautiful face. So up to this, from the toenails to the crown, we describe all beautiful limbs of the body, transcendental body of the Lord, which is compared with the blue lotus and which is compared with the full moon, which gives coolness to the devotees. Kunti Maharani, she described Lord's beautiful body with the lotus, different parts of the body. How? Namo Pankaja Nabhaya Namo Pankaja Maline Namo Pankaja Netraya Namaste Pankajangrahe. Pankaj means lotus flower. Lord, lotus eye. Lord, wear lotus garment. Lord's navel and Lord's lotus feet. Kunti Maharani compares these things with lotus. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita compared 8 angas of the Lord with the lotus. Nitranabhi Badana Kara Gacharana Ei Ashtapadma Krishna Ange. That Krishna's anga is having these 8 lotuses. Karpura Lipta Kamala Tara Jaiche Porimala সেই গন্ধ অষ্ট পদ্ম সঙ্গে, and with it there is a fragrance of the camphor coming from those lotuses. Brahma Samhita also, Lord Brahma described Kamala Aravinda Dalaya Taksham, blooming like lotus petals. Krishna's eyes are blooming like lotus petals. So what lessons we should take from this beautiful, from this description of the beauty of Lord? So this beauty of the Lord is for the devotees. It shows that his inclination towards the devotees. Why? Because Lord's cheerful attitude towards the devotee was so pleasing and heart-touching that his very smile was attractive for them. Now, when we take darshan of the Lord, we take darshan from the lotus feet to the forehead, the crown. It is said that when you fixed your eyes on the eyebrows of the Lord, dancing eyebrows of the Lord, it will destroy all the lusty desires from your heart. Different organs, different limbs of the body of the Lord has different effects. And overall, This charming attitude of the Lord and this heart-touching smile, is very attractive. This attraction was glorious not only for all higher planets of this material world, but beyond for the spiritual world also. And Lord Lotus Feet gives shelter to everyone, both impersonalists and devotees. The impersonalist also gets captivated by the beauty of the Lord. Even Shankaracharya has also expressed uh, his conclusion that Bhaja Govinda Muramate, that we should worship this beautiful Govinda if we want to stop our birth after birth in the mother's womb. So Lord is specially inclined to the devotees. He touches the core of the heart simply by smiling and glancing over them. Lord Kapilamuni in this section had described how a yogi who wants to be perfect in his yoga practice should meditate upon the Lord's form, Lord's beauty. Lord's form in the heart as Paramatma is the object of meditation for the yogis. The Kapila Muni speaks about meditation on the Lord's eyes first. Then, yogi should meditate the moon-like navel in the center of the abdomen. This moon-like navel uh, is the foundation for the entire universe, because from that navel only Brahma appears and he started this secondary creation. Then the lotus face, which is exceptional. Just as seeing the lotus soothes our mind, seeing Krishna's lotus face soothes our heart. Lakshmi Devi is saying that Lord's lotus palm is always remains on the heads of the devotees. So Lakshmi Devi is praying to the Lord that please be merciful upon me by placing your hands, lotus hand upon me. So Lord's whole body, the transcendental body, is full of transcendental variegatedness. In the material world, we do not find so much variety in one's body. But as Lord's body is factual and is full of transcendence, eternal. So it's a mixture of transcendental variegated. It's the object of meditation for the yogis, and the perfection of the yogi is attained when one actually sees the personality of Godhead in his eternal form. And our Krishna consciousness movement is meant for that. It is established by Srila Prabhupada only for that reason. 24-hour to engage our mind, our eyes, our body in this devotional service of the Lord. The yogis do meditation in the forest alone. Now, within their heart, they meditate upon the form of the Krishna. But it is very difficult in this age of Kali to fix the mind on the beauty of the Lord. But it is very easy to fix our eyes to the beautiful form of the Lord. We can easily fix our eyes on the beautiful objects. So it is said that one cannot concentrate his mind on anything void and impersonal. The mind should be fixed on the personal form of the Lord, whose attitude is cheerful. That is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is devotional service, which is very practical. And Lord's beauty, the description are authorized by great personalities, and they have practiced, they have preached, and it is written in the books like Srimad Bhagavatam, which is spotless literature. And by hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, we also meditate upon this Lord's form, Lord's enchanting pastime, and it captivates our mind, our eyes to the devotional service with our senses. It's very easy to engage our sense in the form of the Lord, in the form of devotional service. And Lord's form is inexhaustible. Our eyes, never become satiated with Lord's form, but it gives satisfaction, full satisfaction. In this material world, nothing can give us full satisfaction. Only Lord's beauty can give us satisfaction. Because in this material world, everything is perishable. Anything perishable cannot be appreciated or satisfy the soul, because soul is eternal. So how can it be satisfied by any material object? But the transcendental beauty of the Lord is immortal, it is eternal, factual. So it can only give satisfaction to our heart. So it is the topmost yoga practice to meditate upon the form of the Lord by devotional service, by engaging our senses in the devotional service. And by by this exquisite beauty of the Lord gives us unlimited benedictions, mercy, for the devotees. But for the non-devotees who cannot appreciate the beauty of the Lord remain silent. So, in conclusion, Lord's beautiful form in the form of Archa Vigraha is the most worshipable object, is the best worshipable objects for us. Hare Krishna. And Lord's this human like beautiful form in Vrindavan is the topmost form within this creation, both material and spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If we have any question regarding this topic, we can take.